One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lakers. This is NBA One Take for your head. NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live from my home. This is NBA One Take, April 29th, 2026. Three NBA games for me on the docket. Three NBA games for me on the docket, as well as something that's been watching. The first game is the closeout between the Spurs and the Blazers. The San Antonio Spurs closed them out, beating them 114-95, 4-1. Victor Wembanyama, 17 to 14, 6 blocks. He was all over it. The other guys, De'Aaron Fox, 21-9. Stephon Castle, he had 15. Julian Champagnie had 19. Dylan Harper with 17 off the bench and limited action. Those guys was just on it. Drew Holiday, he struggled, boy. 3 for 14 shooting. Scoot Henderson only had 5. Jeremy Grant really couldn't get anything. He had 12. And then the Avia had 22 and 8. But you knew they was game planning for him. And they was able to do it. And the Spurs is going to the second round as they're going to face between either Denver Nuggets or the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spurs are very much for real. They was pounding on the drums when they won. That's their little celebration thing that they do. But and it's what happened? All right, I'll fix it later. I'll fix it. Go. Close the door.
All right.
And yeah. So this is interesting. This is interesting because the Blazers, they didn't have Dame, right? So now we're getting people saying Dame's coming back. They have these guys. They'll be better. I don't know. Because, the young guy, Shaden Sharp, he was supposed to extend. I didn't see it. And it's interesting what's going to happen. What's going to happen this offseason, what they're going to do. Also, shout outs to Tiago Splitter, doing a good job stepping in for Chauncey Billups. We still don't know what's Billups' status even coming the next season. If they're going to retain him or let him go. I think for the most part, they may let him go. New ownership and things like that. Though they give him an extension. I don't know, because it's unfortunate, but I think they're gonna let him go, and the Blazers are gonna have to they're gonna have to make some moves to try to get better if you want to try to elevate yourself into a different stratosphere instead of just running it back. They need some things, especially if you get Dame back. This Dame is not a spring chicken, so you got to try to maximize what you can, as well as get a better team around. All right. The next game, the New York Knicks smashed the Atlanta Hawks. The New York Knicks smashed the Atlanta Hawks at the Garden. 126-97. And it wasn't even a contest. Knicks was all on them towards the end. Smashed them. Okay? The Knicks is smashing them. And they're going to take a 3-2 series lead in this. And it was led by Captain Jalen Brunson. 39-8. Karl Anthony Towns, 16-14 rebounds. OG Anunoby with 17-10. Guys is just out getting them, but they just running them out the building. And for the Hawks, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, most improved player, he had 16. Jalen Johnson with 18 points, 10 rebounds. Dyson Daniels with 17. Okongwu with 16. TJ McCollum, 6 points, 3 of 10 shooting. And it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. So we're thinking, whoa, okay, the Knicks got that upper hand. Maybe they could go in Atlanta and close it out in 6. Try not to make this a game 7 situation. Because they're going to either face the next game I'm talking about. The 76ers versus the Boston Celtics, game 6. The Sixers survive 113-97. And is led by Big Joel Embiid, 33-8. Tyrese Maxey, 25-10. Paul George, 16-9. VJ Elskone with 10. And Quentin Grimes with 18. Okay, I was skeptical about Joel coming back, right? And letting the reins go. Obviously, he moved better, did better things. Moving his puppies defensively and really being a very strong part of the team. And he did it. And they were shutting down the Boston Celtics, especially the role players. I mean, Jason Tatum, 24-16, wasn't shooting well from the field. Jaylen Brown had 22. It was just not there. So it's something happening here because now game 6 is going back to Philly. And Boston, well, you gotta be concerned because if these guys is like this, Joel gets that. Tyrese had a good game, not a great game. Tyrese could have more. That home crowd really flip it in a force a game 7 situation. And then you got a lot of inexperienced guys on the Celtics, especially a lot of those role players coming to Boston. Yeah, the big dogs got that experience. But when you rely on those other guys, they may not be able to do it. At Boston, they may be in some trouble. Serious trouble. If Philly get that momentum. So I don't know. They may have to do something. I'm telling you, this is something. All right. Something I watched. The Michael movie. This was a fabulous film. It was showing Michael Jackson younger years when he with the Jackson 5. You know, the times he was with his dad and the challenges his dad brought to him and his brothers coming up as Jackson 5s, being very tough on them. You know, the mother sitting back trying to navigate things. And then going to also Michael Jackson, breaking away from his brothers and going solo with Motown Records, Barry Gordy and Quincy Jones producing, and his rise to his rise and ascension to being the biggest star in the world and going to be the greatest pop star in the history of music, and it was really good film. Jafar Jackson, I think Jermaine Jackson's son, did a great job. Looked like Michael, sound like Michael. I think, this is the greatest interpretation of a Michael Jackson character than all the other movies, biopics, and this actually broke records because of that. And they should be up for an awards, even though it's still early. But this film should be up for an awards. It has to be. It was just that really good. All right. And I give this a 9 out of 10. This is really that good. 9 out of 10. All right, Euphoria season 3, episode 3 recap. This is interesting, right? Euphoria. I'm gonna tell you because I didn't know episode 3 was gonna be like this. Because I was like, whoa. You know, I was in shock because we get Rue. You know, she's with the guy out of BC. I'm always gonna call him out of BC. Um, you know, she's sent on a mission to go to Lori's house because of the thing with the pigs and everything else like that. The guy Rolo was with her. It was also an interesting dynamic. Um, that's this is after she's had the wedding of the century with Cassie and Nate, and how things was revealed at the wedding with Nate, and very disturbing ending with Nate and Cassie. Um, Maddie was, there. She couldn't take the wedding, so then she left. And also, you're saying Jules. They were saying that's showing the side of Jules of how she made her money and the relationship she's with, cashing in on that, and interesting. Um, it was, but the ending, oof, it is because you can't wait. I can't wait for episode 4 because there's a lot that went down, especially with Lori and how she's gonna react to something that happened with her, and Rue needs to be really careful too. Rue is, she likes somebody. She likes that. She actually reminds me of someone, not too much, but the way she do things and stuff like that. So it's interesting. All right. Next thing I saw, yes, is Imperfect Women. Right, Imperfect Women. It's it was a really good series. Um, Starring Kerry Washington, Elizabeth Moss, and Kate Mara, and they're three friends. They go over drinks, and boom, a life changing event happened that night of three longtime friends. And I'm not gonna tell it, but as you navigate through, a lot of secrets revealed. Every episode was a different secret. Things happened. Relationships was being revealed. Emotions. There's death. There's so much of, of mystery, and I really, this is really good. Like a 9 out of 10. The acting is great. Um, this is a really good thriller, and it's really good. And shout out to all of them. I think they're gonna be up for awards, but also It's a possible teaser for a season 2. I wouldn't know how they're going to do it, but maybe we'll see something. But yeah. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.